What's up? What is going on, guys? I am Watch Go, and I am here in the warehouse because I just got back from Moab, and now it's time to work on some stuff and get caught up. But first, I wanted to catch up with everybody else and just kind of see what was going on. Jake is behind me doing brakes on a Mazda 3, 100% Jake. And yeah, the cube's right here. Let me see if I can't see comments for some reason. Show me the comments, YouTube. Okay, I've never been able to not see the comments. Sorry. Orientation is locked. Oh, there we go. Okay. What's up, guys? What's going on? Now the comments are popping up. I think rotating it did the trick. It threw a fit and said I couldn't. Evan, Mike, how's it going on? How's it going? So the box, you should get a first gen Raptor. Nah. The cube, we're getting there. We've got it all detailed, right? It's looking pretty nice, hanging out right behind me there. And a few more things to do to get it nice and cleaned up, like that window regulator, which is at O'Reilly's, and I forgot to pick it up today. That was pretty dumb. And I got to get a transmission, and I haven't found a transmission that was reasonable yet. It's actually a little bit tricky to find one for less than like $2,000 for these things. Transmission's going to go in, window regulator's going in. I think we're going to sell it. So obviously, I really kind of did want to do what were we calling it? Cube R or Cube R35, something like that. I'm trying to read these comments and also talk. There's a lot of comments. But yeah, a window regulator, transmission, I'll get one coming. I was looking for GTRs, but the way the market is right now, with even like wrecked GTRs, I can't get one for less than like $50,000 that runs and drives. So putting $50,000 into the cube sounds like an iffy idea. I'd rather just rebuild a GTR and make money on this, because you guys know what we like to do here on the channel is fix cars, sell them, and make some money. So let's make some money on that car. It won't take much longer. Add the multicolor. So I actually am. Hal's comment right there said you should add the multicolor LEDs in the front footwells, and that's actually a Nismo or a Nissan thing. It came on the Chroms, the KROM editions. I might buy that. It's $100. Sounds kind of cool. Where's the Aztec? It's literally that blue thing right there. The Aztec has not gone anywhere. What are your plans with the fire truck? I don't really know. I don't know. It's just hanging out here, and we drive it quite a bit, probably once a week or something like that, which it seems like a lot to go drive a fire truck. The floor, Evan, thank you so much for your super chat. I have my LT1 Camaro torn apart right now, ready to do the torque head coil setup. No more. Oh, nice. Yeah, the radiator and fans is a huge job. So like, congrats on getting that done. It's a huge deal on the old LT1 Camaro. It took a long time. But getting rid of the OptiSpark and going to one of the like OptiSpark less digital ignition systems is a huge upgrade for that car too. Scott, what's going on? Marcus, how about the Audi? Which Audi? A6, R8. A6, we're ready to do the engine swap. I just need a 24X. Nice. We just need to run over to Johnny's and steal his engine table, and that should take just a few hours. I don't know why you keep saying Darth Vader ? That we're definitely going to ban all these comments that are duplicates. I'm not giving out the address to the shop. If you like watch the videos, you already know it. It's not that hard. Any more OBS videos? Absolutely. We're doing a lot with that soon. It's going to be, I got to get all these projects done. And then the R8's ECUs are on the way back. So soon we will have the R8 back, I think. Can we get any more computer IT videos? Maybe. Is Gabe in here? Mike said, yo, Gabe. I didn't see the comment. There's just too many. You should build a Mad Max tribute car. You know what's funny? First, Nico, huge thank you for your super chat. Props on working hard every day. I welded the floor on my 300ZX, and yeah. Oh yeah, that's a huge job, man. Congrats on that. Also, yeah, build a Mad Max car. I was like, man, I've got some cheap cars sitting around here. We should build a Mad Max car like 3 days ago, which that's pretty funny. Sounds like fun. Lift the cube? No. If I'm not going to do a cube R, which I'd like to do, but $50,000, I think I'd rather just make a couple $1,000s and sell the cube. So we'll make some money like we always do here, and that thing will be gone, hopefully in like 2 weeks. So that would be cool. Somebody said, did you hit some crazy steep trails in Moab? And yeah, we definitely, there were so many trails that like you pull up to them and it's just straight vertical and you're just looking up like we're going to die. There's no way that the side-by-side is not flipping. And yeah, I mean, we didn't die. We went up every single one of them. And I've got plenty more video from Moab. We're definitely going to upload more of it and do more off-road stuff because it's awesome. Off-road is just wild. Yeah, we can do a Moab meet next year. This trip was like pretty planned out. I didn't really have time to put together a subscriber meet like I wanted to. We were just like going nonstop. We were pretty much in the side-by-sides or our floor mat's really cool. That's funny. Or eating dinner with people. So the answer to our floor mat's really cool, yes, because when you're buying cheap cars that have tons of miles on them, the floor mats are always gone. So when you see floor mats, you're like, oh, this is sweet, factory floor mats. So you should be incredibly excited if you see floor mats in a car that has 200,000 miles on it. Usually the car's ruined, the floor mats are gone. I get them sometimes and I get really pumped up. Have you ever driven a right-hand drive car? That's hilarious. Like, have you seen my GTR? There is a car levitating behind me. It's definitely the Mazda 3 Jake is working on right now. 100% Jake's over here. He's at O'Reilly's right now. And unfortunately, I was like gonna call him real quick, and tell him to pick up the window regulator for that. We could have got that done, but Cube will be done soon. As a 19-year-old, should I daily a C5? Absolutely. As any age, you should daily a C5. It's so cheap to drive. The engine is bulletproof. My last manual C5 had 200 plus thousand miles on it. And it was amazing. You know, gas is nothing because they get 30 miles a gallon. C5s are gold. Like, they are gold. Hi, X the Faceless. I think you've said hi like 1,000 times, so I'm saying hi. If there's no O'Reilly's, I don't know. Man. Yeah, so I see the shop update questions too. Obviously, it's coming. I actually need to get everything off of the floor in here. Like, all of that's going to move next door, and all the cars are going to move too. And we'll have the floor done like immediately. Okay, I'm banning this. What's with the Cube? This is ridiculous. I literally just talked about the Cube for 30 minutes. What do you think of the C4? I hate the C4. I'm going to buy another one for sure. It's pretty terrible, but the gauges are amazing. And no matter what engine it is, it's bad because all the engine options were bad. It's just the LT1 and the other one I've had. So the comments are just ridiculous. Darth FN, thank you for your comments there. What do you think of Volkswagens? I'm always good with any car. I don't care at all what the brand is. I'm down for whatever. I'm down to work on everything. And we just talked about the floor for a while. It's getting done like immediately. Rampage got sold a long time ago. Greetings from Aruba. What's going on in Aruba? I don't really care about anyone else's shop. It's really not a big deal. Our place is nicer by like 1,000 times. So real simple. Yeah, I have definitely talked about the C4 enough. And I do own, Doge, Shiba, and Win right now, if we're going to keep talking about crypto in the comments. Obviously, Shiba's doing terrible, and Win's doing terrible. Everything's pretty much down, but the whole crypto market's down. So honestly, like, don't put anything in your that you can't lose. That's like the rule of crypto. And, just let it ride. If we win one of these days, it'll be sweet. Aztec's right there. We've been talking about that. Cardano is way up. It's way up. Which Audi? Obviously, we just talked about the Audis quite a bit. Yeah, I'm not buying any more crypto for a long time. I'll just let it ride, and I'll either become a multimillionaire on it or not care. The Navigator is a customer of a dealer. It's there with the detailers. So, not mine. The point is to win the coin, is to, own the coins where you can like 20,000x. So I'm not worried about buying garbage coins that I'm throwing a few $100s at. Is there any car you wouldn't buy? Nissan Versa, the Honda CR-V after this weekend. It was terrible. And there's one more. The one I thought was the worst car ever before the Nissan Versa. I can't think of what it is. But are you ever going to do another Silverado? Probably. Yugo? Nope. I'm not in for the Yugos. And I don't build cars for other people. What's the next big shop upgrade? It is definitely the floors, because like the floor guys are ready to go, but they're still finishing up the roof. That's kind of the last thing. The roof is on, but they need to do the guttering. No, the Rogue's not that bad. The Rogue's not nearly as bad as the Versa. Every comment that's duplicated is going to get like a full channel ban from now on. Everybody that posts anything twice, it's just outrageous right now. The rolls, I'm not, I mean, we'll work on it when we work on it. Josh, huge thank you for your super chat. Just thought I'd stop by and support my guy. Well, thank you again. What's your opinion on 95 Ranger with a 2.3? Got it for 250? 250 is insane. That is awesome. So obviously you won huge because 250. It's obviously like, I found a Ranger today for 800. I was like, I should just go buy it. It said it runs great. And you could sell that immediately. Like just drive it home and sell it for $1,500. So like you won huge at 250. Yeah, let's make AJ a mod. Add moderator. Thank you, bro. Wipe out all the duplicate comments. That's gotta happen. I'm trying to read these on my phone. It's hard. So there's another super chat. Yeah, so your 250 Ranger, what else did it say? Yeah, with the 2.3, it's fine. It'll run forever. That's basically the gist of that. Mark, huge thank you for super chat. 09 Expedition EL. Does that have a, it's pre-Eco Boost, like a 5.4, 4.6 in it or something like that. I guess it could be the diesel too. But yeah, you should definitely keep it forever. If you have a lifetime warranty, go for it. Go for it. And TJet 612, huge thanks for your super chat. Sorry about the train, guys. 96 Mustang GT for $1,500. Pretty good. We're probably gonna have to wait for a second for that train. But $1,500 is a good deal. I'm trying to find one of those for about $1,000 because that's kind of the 96 Mustang GT price. But if it runs and drives, you're already good. And the transmission leak should not be that hard, no matter what it is on that car. So I think it's a win. I'd say it's a huge win. Here, let's see. Oh, sorry. Give me a second here. We'll wait for the train. So many trains. Bago, what's going on? What's going on? When are you buying a train? We talked about the shop roof already. Obviously, it's done, but they're doing the guttering. Julius, huge thank you for your super chat. Coyote motor and a Honda Civic. I'm watching chair going. We're about to do something stupid. You can't really get it in there. That's the problem. The Coyote is huge. You can get an LS in there, no problem. But like the Coyote is like the worst thing you could ever swap into any vehicle because it's like, it's not that much bigger in reality if you're talking about actual measurements. But like the mass of the Coyote is insane. Ford had to build the biggest engine in the world to compete with the LS. So I don't appreciate the Coyote. I think it's the worst sounding engine too. But it's really solid. I would buy a new Mustang all day because it's already in there. Great engine in the car. Joshua, huge thanks for your super chat. You should drive the Ranger until the wheels fall off. But you could also make good money and flip it if you wanted to. Yeah, I'm just not a huge Coyote fan. I mean, it's definitely a solid engine. But the Godzilla, there's the comment. So I want to put a Godzilla in. Yeah, I don't care what it is. The Godzilla is huge, but that's the coolest engine Ford's made in a long time. It's a true LS competitor. I know it took them 7.3 liters to compete with a 5.7 or a 6.0, but wow, that's a killer engine. I would put that in anything. It's worth the swap. Also, it sounds cooler. I did sell the 350 drift car. It is very gone. Okay, and there was one more. The Sock Monkey, huge thanks for your super chat. Got the riddles in there. That is not a Subaru. This is a Mazda 3. And will I buy a side-by-side was in there somewhere. I would love to buy a side-by-side now. This was one of the greatest weekends ever. Absolutely insane. Moab was great. We'll talk about it more in just a second. Hey, the train's gone. Should you get a PS5? You should get an Xbox Series X. But I have the PlayStations too. I like them. Marshall, huge thanks for your super chat. Do you know if the Holly Terminator will control an early 90s Ford transmission? What early 90s Ford transmission? I don't know, like off the top of my head, but it'll probably be a Terminator Max because Terminators by themselves are usually just engine control, and Terminator Maxes usually have all the transmission stuff. So obviously you can do the 4L series with them, and you can do the 6L with a little bit of trickery. We had to like change. You have to flip some wires to do a 6L control. Um, I don't know about the Ford transmissions because I've never looked at a Terminator for the Fords. By default, if I'm putting an engine in something, it'll be an LS, like without a doubt. And if you're buying like a Ford Godzilla, you buy the ECU from Ford Performance. It's a whole harness comes with it, and you're good to go. Uh, there was a question about the R8. The ECUs should be on their way back. The tuner said he has them flashed, and is shipping them back. That's the last update I got. Is basically that they're done, and I don't know when they're going to ship out, when they'll be here. But I mean, I promise you, the day that thing comes in, we will have the R8 out on the channel again, driving it for the first time because I get to go do some data logging, and I cannot wait. Audi A6, I just need to do it. I need to go over to Johnny's and get his engine stand, but his engine like hoist thing is 1,000 pounds, so I have to take a trailer over there to get that. So it's like a huge ordeal just to get the engine in that. I just need to buy the same thing. There's somebody said, how's the Goldwing? It's right there. I ride it a lot. There's nothing to do to it. It's a brand new Goldwing. There's not really mods. All the mods are like Honda bolt-ons, and like, I mean, do you guys want to watch me bolt on stock Honda stuff onto a Honda? It's really not a crazy thing to do or very interesting. Good used rear wheel drive sporty sedan. I mean, rear wheel drive's tricky because I want to like default to Audis. I love all the BMWs with the, any of the ones with the V8s that fail and need valve stem seals. So E60 is like, it's honestly one of my favorites. I know everyone hates it, but I mean, I love the E60. I don't know. There's plenty of great rear wheel drive sedans. Just not the Chevy SS. It's like one of the most boring things you'll ever drive in your life. It loves to like just make tire smoke, but the driving experience is very unengaging. Obviously, the CTS, anything Cadillac CTS is amazing. I don't know how, but in the CTS it's exciting, and in the SS it's not exciting. So, I mean, I've just driven them all. I don't like the way it feels. That's my opinion on it. Let's see. Hello from Israel. What's going on, lad? Yeah, the phone has better picture quality than any other live camera for the most part, so that's why I'm using it. Do you ever do any Raspberry Pi projects? Absolutely. I have lots of them. But I do want to do a new one with the ADS-B receiver running on a Pi that talks to FlightAware. So that would be really cool. More motorcycle rebuilds? Sure. Oh yeah, Nico. I saw your super chat, but it just like flew by. So let me try to jump back. Scrolling back. Junior Gamer, huge thank you for your super chat. When are you going to buy an MV1 VG? What is that? Isn't that a Mazda MV1 VPG4? Somebody tell me what an MV1 VPG4 is. I actually have no clue. You got me. You have absolutely stumped me. And we're going back to Nico's real quick. 98 Mustang GT for $950 is a smoking deal. If it doesn't have a title, you're gonna have to like mechanics lean it to try to get all that figured out. No title makes it kind of worthless and worth a lot if you can fix it. If you're the guy, title issues are not as easy as fixing cars. What would be a good price to sell my 01 Xterra? I think $2,500 is about the market. I don't know, but I think it's about $2,500, maybe $3,000. Okay, going back. Bob, huge thanks for your super chat. Thanks for watching. And let's see, going all the way forward here. Did anyone answer what a MV1 VPG4 is? C5, Corvette LS1, or 06 GTO LS2. I actually love driving the GTO. It's hilarious that the GTO morphed into the SS and it's boring. The GTO is very not boring, and its Australian roots are very apparent. It's really fun to drive. Like, I like the GTO a lot. So, I don't know. Do you need the like larger body, or are you okay with the C5? C5's amazing. Like, I'll never say no to a C5. It's literally amazing. And the GTO is also really, really good. Are you interested in a Scion XB with 80,000 miles? I don't know. Do you still mine crypto? Absolutely, but I only have one 3070 right now, and that 3070 makes like $5 a day. It's not like I'm really into crypto mining. It's just my gaming card making some money. So it's actually paid for itself. I even overpaid. I paid a scalper like 900. So I'm pretty sure I've made the whole 900 back now. So a free video card and still getting that crypto gains to the moon. Dodgeo, is that Doge? Huge thanks for your super chat, Oil Brand Rec, for Lexus RX 330 with 65,000 miles. Any modern fully synthetic you want, you could watch. Like there's really good reviews. I think it's coming down to like sheer at this point in the oil, because everything's so good. Like the additive packages are on point. All of the modern oils are super good. I put Motul in everything I can. If it's my personal car and I want it to last, it's always Motul. But if it's like a flip car, it's usually O'Reilly's full synthetic because I trust it. And VPG MV1 powered by Ford's 4.6 V8. Is the VPG MV1 the it's like special needs access van? Is that what that thing is? I feel like I've seen that. Huh. I really don't know. I do think that's what it is. I have seen that thing a few times in real life, but I wouldn't buy one because it makes no sense. You can't resell them, right? When is the loft going to be rebuilt? When we finish it up. Thanks for your video on changing brakes. With that guidance, I was able to put new Akebono brake pads. Hey, you're running good brake pads. I like it. Nitin, congrats on your XC70 brakes, man. And I'm trying to jump back. David. Let's see. Going back. I'm not Elon. I'm not like pumping Doge. It's absolutely trash, but I'm in it for the long haul. You know it. I just don't get out of the positions so that hopefully one day it all hits $1 and, you know, we're all to the moon, boys. Will the R8 be enjoyable after it's done? I'll probably drive it a few times and sell it. That is honestly the goal here. Yeah. It's a handicapped van. Yeah, the special needs van. Yeah. I do know that thing, and I probably won't ever buy one. Cool. David, any new cars you would avoid right now? Huge thanks for your super chat. I'm looking for some advice because I'm looking right now and I don't know what to get. New cars I don't know. Is there really anything to avoid? Like all new cars are really good. I mean, obviously the CRV, I was driving a brand new one and I hated it. It's tough. New cars are just good. Thoughts on daily driving cars with nitrous systems in them? Why wouldn't you daily drive a car with nitrous on it? It's not like you have to use the nitrous. Typically, everyone's saying avoid Nissan CVTs, which is true, but the new Nissan CVTs feel okay because they shift, like they fake shift, right? And obviously CVTs that fake shift are very inefficient and make CVTs like worse, right? But I don't know. There's no reason to actually avoid them, I don't think. We should do some more Nissan testing because I don't think the new ones are as bad as everyone says. The transmissions are not great, but avoid all CVT. That's why I hated that CRV because it was terrible. Are you familiar with Comma AI and OpenPilot? Yes, I am absolutely going to do a Comma AI build. I've wanted to for like 2 years now, but we have not found like the 2017 plus Camry that I want to do it in. I want to rebuild a Camry and put the...
Why not Volt?
Because you have to have a Gen 2 Volt, and I only had a Gen 1.
Yeah, but the Gen 2 Volt is amazing.
The Gen 2 Volt is amazing. 100% Jake is here, and we've got Marcio. Huge thanks for your super chat. After many frustrating moments with the Audi R8, will you ever get over it and enjoy it? Yeah, so that's what I was trying to address. I will probably sell the thing almost as soon as it's done, because at this point, I don't want to eat another failure on the car. That's the main reason. It'll be like perfect. And that's it. That's the end. I can't fix it once it's perfect. Gregory, huge thanks for your super chat. Get a projector so you can live stream Crash Bandicoot on PS1. I mean, that sounds like a great idea. And I'm pretty sure I have Crash Bandicoot on PS3 or something like that. So I don't have a PS1. I have a PS2. Jake, you still need that PS2? I know you wanted it.
Yeah, we'll see if I ever get to that. Everything keeps breaking.
Jake has PS2 video ideas for you guys. Sorry, everything is just going crazy, man. Just wanting the boss to see me. Will you tell Jake to get a haircut? Lots of Jake comments here. You need a haircut.
Listen.
Well, that's his input on that. He said, listen. A lot of people asking about the Atom. Okay, that was pretty funny. They said when Jake is not feeling well, is he just 90%?
More like 30 some days.
30 some days. Yeah, my Grom's gone, but anyway, the Atom. The Atom it's important right now, right? So the Atom's engine is still at PFI speed, and I told Brent not to rush because I don't need it back, even though it's probably my favorite car in the world right now. It's unbelievable having 500 horsepower in a 1,600-pound car. I can't say enough insane things about that car. It's wild. So I did say like it doesn't need rushed, but at the same time, I'm very excited to get it back. And when we do, in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it'll be back together, and it might be one of the fastest Atoms in the whole world. I don't think there's many Atoms or any Atoms at 600 wheel horsepower. So it's gonna be sweet. Oh, and we were talking about daily driving cars with nitrous. Thanks, Pat Goat, for the reminder. Nitrous cars aren't just running on nitrous all the time. They are literally only using the nitrous when the system's armed, and like your window switch or your throttle switch is like when you're at full throttle. So it doesn't affect it at all having a nitrous system on the car unless you're just running it all the time for some reason. And obviously, don't do that.
It'd be cool if you did.
Yeah, nitrous and no gas, everything goes boom. You got to have a lot more fuel with your nitrous. So obviously, nitrous is an oxidizer. It oxidizes anyway. More fuel with more nitrous. Frank, huge thanks for your super chat. Thanks for watching. Danger to manifold. You never get tired of seeing the old danger to manifold warnings. What made you choose JBL line arrays over RCF HDL? I probably so I like the VRX, and what I really wanted was the baby JBLs with like a 4880. Wait, is the 4880 the sub? Whichever one. I wanted the baby JBL line array with the built-in Crown iTex in the back with like Cobra Net between them. Not Dante, because Dante crushes Cobra Net. So what I would like to have like a fully digital audio transport up to the line array. It's just that the going to the real line array like an RCF HDL or a true Vertex system would cost like 1 billion times more money. So this was just a very reasonable system, and VRXs are always sold open box for about $1,000 a box instead of what the MSRP is, which is like $4,000 a box. So, it's a great deal and it works really well. Have you ever talked to JR Garage? I have not. Have you ever thought about buying an F450? I don't have a need for an F450. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know why you'd buy a 450. The 350 is arguably a better truck unless you need a larger platform. When are you going to collab with Randy for a Copart walk around? I don't know. We could do that whenever. Randy was obviously down a couple weeks ago, and he's not that far. So I could run up there. Get a Kia Soul to match the Cube. You know what's funny is there is a Kia Soul EV in the detail bay right now, a dealer car. Fiat 500L? No. I don't like the way the L looks. How does Jake get his percentage of the super chat contribution? I'm paying him right now. He's using the garage for free. Or wait, he's paying me? Or I don't know, however it works. Anyway, he's got a place to work that makes life easy. Will you be visiting legit street cars in his new garage soon? Yeah, we talked the other day. I was like, bro, I got to get up there. Like, I'm super pumped. He was like, wait a little bit longer because I got a little bit more stuff to get done, right? So I will be back up in Chicago then. And somebody earlier said I didn't know you lived in Chicago. I don't. I live in Kansas. Yeah, love legit street cars.
It's like Chicago with garbage and with less crime.
With less crime. Lowrider is making a comeback this week. Yes, so Winged Horse Garage is in here. And he bought the Fiero that I worked on with Alex. So if you guys watched us build the Lowrider Fiero, he has it now, and he's got the pump going again. And the old Hydro Lowrider Fiero is going to be rocking and rolling again. Brembo, Bayer, or Willwood brakes. It's always hard to say Willwood, but unless you're only saying the word Willwood. Obviously, the Adams on Willwoods. I think Brembo is the king. There's no one better than Brembo in the world, and Bayer is probably on par with Willwood. But Brembo makes lots of carbon ceramics, and carbon ceramics are the greatest brakes in the world. So there you go. Brembo's great. They also OEM like every brake in the world, like every car that even sort of performance, like it's got Brimbos on it. Nothing's wrong with the Fiat 500L. I just don't like the way it looks. I mean, there's been a billion other comments in here saying it looks horrible. So I love the Fiat 500. It's incredible. The L? Are you interested in the highest mileage Fiesta ST in the USA for sale? Huge thanks for your super chat, Chaser. I'm in Denver first, not too far away. Am I interested? Shoot me an email. I'm sort of interested. I really would rather have like a Focus RS, but I'm sort of interested.
I want it.
Jake wants it. JR walks around the shop. Oh, I do not. And I'll probably do another boat soon. Yeah, Hoovy does have some cool boats. Would you do car trick? Sure. Of course. Are you tired from the long drive? We flew back. I did not drive back. And the XUV's long gone. There's been a lot of comments saying XUV, but it's sold like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay, let's actually look at this one. Corey, have a K20A2. Have an oil leak and have changed both the front main seal twice. Bottom oil pan is coated in oil. Well, you've got that split oil pan, right? So the K20 has like the bottom of the block comes apart, you know, so you can get the crank out. So obviously pan first, because the pan needs to be sealed with Honda Bond since it's gasketless. So I don't know if you've had the pan off. If you haven't, start there and Honda Bond it and see if that fixes it. And after that, I guess pull the whole bottom off the engine because the leak's got to be there if that's where you're seeing the seepage. So, you know, that's where to start. That one, Broccoli, huge thanks for your super chat. Do a K20 swap truck. No. I'd put an LS in the trucks. I just like the LS. Do what?
Why Honda?
Yeah, why? I don't know. It seems like a down.
That is a Honda Element.
Every truck has a nice V8. Why would you downgrade to a 4-cylinder when you could have the effortless torque that the V8s have? The 4-cylinder would need turbos. Corvette or Viper? Corvette, every time. Love the Viper, Corvette every time. I'm just a Corvette guy. It's kind of one team or the other. Corvettes are affordable, super cheap to drive, fun to work on. Vipers are the absolute opposite. So they're great, but I do like the LS. Rolls Royce, I love them. I love them. You guys, Jake's over there shooting a video about doing brakes on the Mazda. Are you getting a C8? I don't have any plan to get a C8. I'd like to, but I mean, obviously they're crazy. $100,000 is still a little bit of money, you know. It's considerable. Having your Unify set up, how far do you extend into stuff like that? I mean, I've worked in enterprise IT for years and years and years, basically 10-something years. So I mean, networking is my thing. That's how far I go into it, I guess. Sell the R8 for a C8, that'd be a great trade. Anybody who offered me a C8 for the R8, they're about the exact same price, right? I'm asking about $90,000 for the R8. So that's exactly what I have in it too. It's not like I'm making money on it at all. I have $90,000 in the R8 now. I would happily trade for a C8 because it's, you know, guaranteed reliability. I don't even care about LT4 engine failures. It's reliability. What you got over there? Anything cool?
I've got some gummy worms and a monster that was somehow like $30 because I wanted a snack.
I guarantee you that monster was $4. What do you think about Subaru Bajas? Super cool. Also, Engineering Explained has one, right? Right? Doesn't he have one? I love
have no idea.
I love the Subaru Baja.
They're great though.
Update on the Can Crusher. It works great. Love that thing.
I'll let you know as soon as I finish this monster.
What does the monster have to do with Engineering Explains cars? Yeah. I mean, C8s in general are incredibly like reliable. Just like every once in a great while, somebody has an engine failure. So it's really no problem at all. Let's see, JR Go versus JR Garage. Any correlation? No, I don't know those guys. How much do you think I can get for a Mazda RX-7? What Mazda RX-7 do you have? There's obviously 3 generations, and the FDs are worth like stupid, or 4 generations, I'm sorry, D. They're worth stupid amounts of money. The FC is worth like some money. The B is, you know, arguably turning into a true classic. So kind of like moving back up. And then the cooler stuff like the RX-2 is just unbelievable. Love the early Mazdas. So
If you want to know more about the FB, I did a review of one on my channel and got most of the facts wrong because the Wikipedia article is completely wrong about those cars.
Hey, there you go.
They're great though. I loved it. It's like a Miata but a coupe.
I've owned an FC. I've driven an FD that's LS swapped because LSs are the GOAT. And what's funny is the FD with an LS swap feels like a C5 Corvette, which is hilarious because it is a C5 Corvette. But like,
it's the most expensive way to own a C5.
It is. You could go buy a C5 for nothing, but if you put an LS in your RX-7 FD, it will feel like a C5. So you could spend $25,000 to buy a $10,000 car. Stonks. Price is going up. But I do love the RX-7 in general. Wiki wrong? Can't be. What's a car that you miss now? My old like SEMA build Nissan Titan. I would still own that to this day. There's others, but that Titan was incredible. My C5 is completely fixed except for a tune-up, I hope. We'll know very soon. Obviously, we got the harness in, and it fixed everything else. All the gauges are back. We're really close on the C5, but few more things to do, and I've got the tune-up stuff here. I'm going to do it tonight. And Rotter Files is in here. What's going on? Haven't talked to you in a while. Mako paint job on the C5? I don't know. It's actually a lot of money. It's usually about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to have Mako paint a car. You can do the cheap one, but nobody does the cheap one. Everybody does the baller one. So it's not worth it. TDI swap a small truck. I probably will never TDI swap anything. I'm just not really that into the TDI. Would you ever do a 90s style mini truck? Oh, those are some of my favorite things in the world. I love old mini trucks bagged, like an early Datsun, Nissan hardbody, any of those things. Love them. The Rolls update is the Rolls is sitting in my driveway at home. There's like a million questions about it. We are going to finish it hopefully this summer. So we'll finish it when we finish it. I'm not going to paint anything here ever because I don't want to put in a $100,000 paint booth, and I don't believe in painting without a paint booth. The paint's always ruined. It always has fish eyes in it. It always has contamination in it. I don't think you should paint cars without a paint booth. Clear repair, fine, but I will never I don't want this place to have a paint shop in it. Everything gets covered in paint. Second gen Audi 8s. I don't really have an opinion on that. So, what was that? Sarah Intune and JR Go. Sure, I'd definitely make some videos with her. I know we have a bunch of the same cars right now. So, have you ever been in Celicas? I love the Celica, but I don't know if I would do one on the channel. And the blow-up paint booths just kind of, I doubt they work that well. I mean, I see the ads for them, but I doubt they work that well. And I don't know why it would make you crack up that I don't like anything but an LS. I do like other engines, but the LS is probably the greatest engine ever built. Like, everyone knows it. Would you ever grab a rough Mark IV Supra and bring it back to life? Do any exist? Huge thanks for your super chat, Jack. And here's the thing, like a rough, I just saw a rebuilt title single turbo Mark IV Supra bring $60,000. What should technically be a junk car brought $60,000. So no, I don't think I could afford a fourth gen Supra. It's just crazy. And of course, clean title ones are bringing $120,000, $30,000. So, yep, Supras have gone crazy. What I would have done to buy one 10 years ago when they were 10 grand. I mean, it was hard to even find them that, for money. And now all of a sudden they're worth insane money. Would you do another E53 BMW? Sure. I love all BMWs, honestly. I didn't do server maintenance. I did basically enterprise storage. But I've definitely worked on everything in IT. I'm not going to ever paint cars. That's what this comes down to. I don't like to paint, and I don't believe in any painters. It's the same way I don't believe in tuners, because it's impossible to find ones that you can trust, basically, and it's impossible to find painters you can trust. So I don't know what you want from me. I don't want to paint here, and it's hard to find a painter that's any good for less than $10,000 a car. Just like tuning. All the good tuners are in Texas, and I've never found another one I could trust. So, Jake's Buick for the C5. Jake, you want a C5?
No.
Cool,
Not
because
an automatic one.
I was gonna say no anyway. I would not take your Buick for my C5. I love it. Elliot, what's going on, man? Also, Peter, huge thanks for your super chat. Let's jump back to Elliot's chat here. Where's it at? Where's it at? Demo Ranch collab? Totally down. Anytime. I need to run down to Texas. Would you rather live without hot water or live without air conditioning? Oh, you can't live without hot water. It's a very simple question. Life without hot water is death. I'd rather sweat and be able to take a shower. I think everyone should agree, right? Would you rather freeze to death in the shower? I don't know. Would you do another? 100% I'd do another drift car. The problem with that Nissan, it was just too beat. I mean, I put in so many. You guys were all here for the Nissan. We put so much work into that 350Z. Just weeks of hard work. And at the end of it, I was like, it's just not there. I don't like it. So I loved drifting it for what it was, but it wasn't good enough for me to do all the stuff I needed, like an angle kit, because I couldn't keep it because it wasn't nice enough. Yeah, it was so tore up. So it needed an angle kit, it needed a hydro brake, and all the fun stuff you need to do a real drift car. And that's why I sold the car. I'd look at it and I wasn't in love with it. So we will do a real drift car. I do want to buy one, throw the entire interior away and do, nice racing seats, cage it, and have a nice drift car. What do you think of the NC Miata? That's hilarious. Jake has an NC Miata, and I've driven it, and it's good. There's never really been a bad Miata, even if the NC is the worst one.
The NCs are the best one right now because they're like as good as an ND almost,
Yes.
but like cheaper than NAs and NBs right now because those are stupid money for no reason.
The NA market has gone wild. NAs are selling for $6,000. I just sold mine for like $1,400.
Yeah.
And then this year, $6,000. Last year, $1,000.
If you're buying a Miata because you want a Japanese version of like an MG or a Sprite or something, you want an NA or an NB because the NC is not that. It's a way more modern car.
It is. It's heavier.
The NA and C really feel, or NA and NB really feel flimsy.
Small. Love it.
Small. Yeah, they
Love
feel
it.
real small and flimsy.
Yes.
NC is more of like a modern, much tighter, more kind of stiff feeling car. Like the chassis stiffness is amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. That's true. But I had the frame strengthening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my NA was unbelievable. It was like the greatest car to try.
I keep forgetting you have real tools here. I was sitting here using like a wrench, like a plebeian, and now I'm like, oh wait, we got ratcheting.
Shout out Icon.
I need that Pittsburgh sponsorship. Like, how great would it be if you had the expensive Harbor Freight brand and I had the cheap one?
I think I'm gonna change like almost every single tool in here to Icon now. I'm in love with it. So those are the new Icon wrenches that he's using, and they are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like
ratcheting box end without a ton of material around the outside, and it's a flex head.
That's good.
Like, I'm pretty sure if I use this right, it'll do my taxes.
It will.
except I just did my taxes. So
Anyway.
it was horrible.
Have you ever worked on a Dodge Journey? There's probably not much that breaks on a Dodge Journey that you'd have to worry about. So I haven't ever worked on
The
one.
4-cylinder Journey has the most hilarious engine bay because there's like 3 feet behind,
Yes.
between the end of the head and the firewall. And
Yeah.
it has like the longest heater hoses I've ever seen.
Somebody said thoughts on a 7.3 F250. Is that the gas or F350? Are you talking about the Godzilla, or are you talking about the Power Stroke, the early
V10?
7.3? No, the V10 is like 8 liter or something. I don't actually know what liter the 10 is, but it's big.
I love them.
Yeah. All right. You go back to hurting yourself. Yes, it would be cool if the whole Icon line was gold. That would be sick. Would you K-swap a CRZ? I think the CRZ drivetrain's good, so probably not. I want to K-swap something cool. Like, I'll figure out what it is. Collab with Forever Drift Apparel. I don't know. Well, I don't know what I would do with that. I just have my apparel line. Journeys are probably terrible to work on, but I don't see them breaking that often, other than like general maintenance stuff. Maybe like CVs at 100,000 miles, all that fun stuff. What color should I paint my mailbox? There's an interesting question from Lettuce. Red. Go with the red mailbox, especially if it's like performance themed. I mean, everybody else out there has like brown and silver mailboxes. So, I mean, red sounds cool. It would stand out. Yeah, Elliot agrees. What's your thought on mailboxes?
Bass boat paint.
Bass boat paint. Okay, cool. What is behind the fire truck was a question. It's a 1926 Model T. I'll probably make some videos about it. It's my dad's. He just needed it parked somewhere. So it's really cool. It's like fully restored. When are you getting a Fiero? I don't know. And yes, the 88 has the best. The 88 Fiero, the 88 Fiero GT though is the best one. Have you ever driven or worked on a Pantera? I have not. Yep, it's a Model T, and we'll talk about it. I'll probably make a video just like driving the Model T, because if you know the Model T, it's actually really different to drive and very, I would say, difficult. So we'll see. What's your plan for the fire truck? I don't know. We drive it around. I'm gonna take it to Cars and Coffee next weekend. Jake, you want to help? You want to drive something to Cars and Coffee for me?
I don't know. I'm trying to get the Buick done for that.
But you could drive. Probably not the fire truck. The fire truck's like a lot to drive, especially if you haven't driven air brakes or don't know how or whatever, you know. So.
Push pedal truck stops. What is there to learn?
Well, kind of. Yeah, it's pretty close. Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. Love it. Love it. Delicious. How many pedals should a car have? I don't care.
4.
Four. Because you got the dead pedal. You got to count it.
Nah, the pedal parking brake.
Pedal parking brake. That's 5.
Old GM truck stuff.
After you count the, yeah, that's just unlimited.
Do you have like a interior?
Yeah, so the top drawer where the screwdrivers are, go behind the screwdrivers, and that's where all the trim tools are.
Oh.
Yep. Won't it be nice when the real toolbox moves over here?
Yeah.
Windshield washer fluid pedal. That's a good one. It helps if you AJ.
I forgot about those.
Yeah. Taco Bell or Taco Shop? Great question. See, I'm a big fan of Taco Shop for the taste, but not the 30 minutes after. But Taco Bell, it's just amazing all the way through.
Taco Shop does not have a quesarito, therefore it is inferior.
Yeah. Also, Taco Shop for the deals, though. If we're talking about the deals.
True.
My wife loves Taco Shop. I can't blame her.
I used to love Taco Shop. On Unlimited Taco Day, I would go there and eat at least like 12. I tried to get to the max unlimited tacos, but after I think 13 one time, and I felt terrible.
I can see that.
13 tacos is a lot. That's my opinion on tacos.
You can put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, we should put 13 tacos is a lot on a shirt.
No context. You have to be here for the stream.
Oh man. Let's see. Taco Bus, never heard of it. Any tips for long road trips? Let's see. I'm getting the new Wrangler 4xe, the electric one, and you're wanting to go to trails. So that sounds amazing. Like crawling with the electric Jeep is probably going to rock, but you're going to have to tow that out there, I would assume. It's not really fun doing long road trips in a pure EV. So.
I thought it was a hybrid.
Oh, is it a hybrid? I thought it was like pure EV in that thing.
I thought the 4xe was like one axle was gas driven and one axle was electric. Or maybe
Way
I was
in.
thinking something else.
Way in here. Plug-in hybrid.
Love them.
Okay.
Best type.
Cool. Well, then you're fine. I mean, a plug-in hybrid can go anywhere, and you don't have to question it. I was gonna say like 100% tow it if it's pure EV. Go to the Nürburgring. Absolutely. I'm totally down. Yeah, Musty one and Vice Grip. I reached out to Derek, and he never read my DM. You know, I tried to do something with him. I was like, dude, let's go get a car, start it up. You can drive it home. I'll just help you with like getting it going. We'll do something in Wichita, or I'll come to him. Never hit me up. What's the cheapest car with the lowest repairs? Probably the Civic, honestly. Like Civics they just don't die. I've got one here right now. We'll probably make some videos with it. Love the thing.
I like the Mazda 3.
The electric Jeep, burn it with fire. That's not a good opinion. You got to think about electric drivetrains and rock crawling or anything like that, right? Because unlimited torque when you're out on the trail and you can just like put it in low, which is like, you know, fake, but the electric motor does the work, is the ultimate. So what could be better than an electric off-road machine? Have you ever considered building a time machine? Was your name Doc Brown? All right, that's great. And I'd love to have a time machine. Let's get together. Let's work on that. Would you flip a UUY? I don't know what that is. Yeah, first, Civics and Accords are guaranteed to like make money on almost, and the repairs are all cheap and they're all relatively easy, and it's great to get your feet wet in if you've never really wrenched on anything. I'm pretty bad at like intro to repair stuff because I just jump in and do it. It doesn't matter what it is. So there's not a lot of explaining because most of the people watching this channel really do know like cars inside and out. So there's not a lot of like simple repairs that we tackle here. So get your feet wet on a Honda. It's just easy. Just easy. Do you still have the Ducati? I absolutely do. And it will be here soon when the floors get done in like a week or two. So guttering within the next like week, I hope. They're fabricating the guttering right now. So it should be on the building very, very soon. And the deal with the floors is that we can't have any water on them while we're doing the epoxy. So the roof has to be completely finished. How much sleep do you get every day? Maybe 6 hours, you know. What's the worst car ever made? Probably the Nissan Versa. There was one other one I really hated, but I really do.
The Mitsubishi thing.
What Mitsubishi was that?
Mirage? No.
I don't think I've ever driven a Mirage. But there might be a Mitsubishi I didn't like. It's because the only good Mitsubishi says Evolution on it. All of them. All of them. If it says Evolution, I like it. Honestly, anything. Evolution. Lancia Stradale Evolution. Didn't they do anything that says Evolution? It turns out they're all good. Corvette Foster 40. Huge thanks for your super chat. How expensive is it to reinstall emissions on an 81 Chevy Blazer? First, I see the California in there, but why? I think you've almost aged out of emissions, right? 81 should be very, very close to having no emission restriction, even in California. I know it's the hardest state in the world to have a non-emission vehicle. Yeah, pretty much in the world. Like no one has emissions like California does. But do you need to reinstall it? And it's also a nightmare. I mean, depending on how much was deleted, you might have to replace the exhaust manifolds because they probably welded off all the EGR ports, and then you'll need to find all the EGR tubes, all that fun stuff, and that really old school cat, which is worthless, right? I know it's not a rolling 25-year thing. Oh, 1976 and older? Oh, that's tough. But, it's not rolling in 76 and older. Yeah, that's the answer right there. Somebody said register it in a different state, and I can't suggest that enough. Buy some land in Kansas, Montana, anywhere. Hey, bro, is Copart worth the risk? I don't know if there's a risk with Copart. I don't know what that would be, because like Copart, it's pretty well disclosed what you're buying. So there's not really any risk. You're probably buying a wrecked car. It might be clean title still, but I mean, they're definitely not like hiding anything from you. So, you know, let's see. Only have to do OBD test if it's 2000 and over. But yeah, but they're gonna sniff it. Vacation Time 247 said that California only OBD2 tests if it's 2000 and over, which is weird because obviously OBD2 like was federally mandated in '96. California sniffs their stuff, so I mean you're kind of screwed. I don't know what else to say. Have you ever worked with Tavares? We have shot like a little bit of video together. I never released it, but we've never like worked on any projects really because he's just here for like fleeting moments. He seems like he's in Wichita like once a year and then he's gone. So we basically just say hi. This might have been asked, but what are your plans for the R32 Skyline? I don't know how far we're taking the Skyline. So obviously my R32, I love it to death. Love that car. And we're probably gonna pull all of the Greddy turbo parts off, all of the intake, all of that junk that got powder coated red, and send all of that stuff out to the best people in the world because the R32 is my baby and I want it to be the best R32. Like not quite Tommy F, yeah, so second best. Yeah, Tyler drove the R32. He was like, that turbo spool though, it's wild. So basically all of Tommy FEA's people that he uses, which is like coated car parts and restore remade in USA. All of those parts are going to those guys, and they are the goats. And then they're sending all those parts back, and I'll put it back together. There's no reason for me to send it to Tommy. I'm not paying someone else to build my cars. I build my cars, so it will be, you know, right about the level where I want it when it comes back. Somebody said I'm in timeout. I doubt you are unless you ask the same question like 50 times. So, you know, don't do that. Would you collaborate with Jay Smart? Who's Jay Smart? Do you know who Jay Smart is?
I've never heard of him. I almost died though.
You did almost die. Thanks, man. What happened to the Camaro? Which one? I have all the Camaros. I love them all. If LS is the best, why did you buy a Ford? Because there's not an LS in a Ford that works at the size that I need. I mean, maybe there is. What did they put the 6.0 in the one ton?
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Because you need a diesel. And the Duramax is amazing.
Twin turbo 4.8, go, go, go.
All of the diesels are really, really good. And when you're pulling something, you want a diesel. I can't stand gas or 3/4 and 1 tons. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, you'd just be in the boost. I mean, even if you did do some crazy turbo 1 ton LS based thing, you'd be in boost all the time.
So when you're pulling,
Your EGTs would be like,
oh yeah, 1,000,
You'd be
1,500.
melting
Yeah,
stuff.
the cat would melt. Anyway, you buy diesels, and my F-250 is amazing. Because the Duramax is the worst truck. It's the best drivetrain, and the Chevy trucks are terrible right now. So it's we've ranked all these before. The Chevy trucks are the third, the Fords are the second, and the Dodge is the best. And obviously the Dodge is like a pretty good truck because you get the Cummins, and you know what they say, 6 in a row, you're good to tow. And then the Power Stroke's also amazing, and the Duramax is amazing. The Ford interior it's really good. The Dodge interior is just a little bit better, but you can't get massage seats in the Dodge. The Dodge has better headlights and a better infotainment setup, and I want like the greatest truck in the world. So, you know, I want the Dodge, but it was $90,000 for my Dodge that we were like ordering, and I got a giveaway on the Ford, 55 grand. It was literally a giveaway. I just got an offer for 65,000 for it. I'm not taking it. It's amazing. Plus, even if I paid $90,000 for the new Dodge, I can't get it. They're sold out for like the next 8 to 10 months. You can't buy a truck anywhere. And I'd buy a TRX, but you can't really tow with it at the level that we want to. I have an F-250 that's a straight 6. An old one? Or do you have a Cummins in it? So, there you go. All the trucks. Obviously, all the trucks loaded are like 90,000. But, yeah. If you're going to tow with a nice truck, it costs a lot.
trucks hit 100K when you could tow 2 cars behind them and have massaging seats and all the interior quality of an S-Class.
Yeah, the first $100,000 Ford was like 2015 or something.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
people act like it's ridiculous and trucks are so expensive, but like
They're all
it's
100
worth
grand.
it's worth the money.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a cheap garbage truck with a crap interior like they had 20 years ago, and it probably cost the same
It's
before
like
inflation.
But it's like 30,000-40,000 for the worst truck you can buy.
yeah, but
It's
now,
crazy.
Yeah, now they've just added up on top of that, and now you can get all the luxury features. And
So
then
buy
you
the good
only
one.
have to have one car.
And yeah, I just daily that thing. It's really the only car I drive. F-250 all the time. TRX versus Rapture.
I mean, TRX.
TRX for sure. But the Raptor R is coming, and the Raptor R is going to be a perfect clone of the TRX. Like, Ford saw what happened, and they were like, oh, we can sell $120,000 trucks. So the Raptor R will be all of the things that I was just waxing poetic about on the TRX. So everybody was, like, hating, but, like, Ford's just playing catch-up and building the same thing.
There are no brakes on this train.
The opinion is correct. And the first-gen Raptor, I actually went to buy a first-gen Raptor with a 6.2, and I hated it. So that's where my Raptor opinions came from. Not fun. As long as it has cup holders. All the new trucks have 10 cup holders at least. It is important though. I love having 6 cup holders beside me. In the Ford, they're usually all full.
Yeah.
Because like 1 cup holder is your phone, and then 2 drinks for each person because we're always on road trips, and then spare drinks for each person behind your arm, and then way more drinks for everyone else in the back.
need to be able to as efficiently ingest as much high fructose corn syrup as possible.
Right. Well, you need a water, and then you need like caffeine like this big for road trips. Going back, looking at the super chats. Hold up. Charles, huge thank you for your super chat. Weird question. How difficult is it to import a 25-year-old car given today's laws with cars that age? No, once it's 25, you're good. You're golden. Unless you're in California. That's the only place it's questionable. So it should be very easy. Other than all the importation stuff, and if you need it taken care of because you don't know the process, Top Rank or Montu or any of the importers for all the like Japanese stuff will happily help you out. I know it's going to cost like $5,000 to get all the docs done, but I mean, it's probably worth it if it's a car that you have to have.
Yeah, the big question is, are you wanting to buy it from a place that's already imported it, or you're wanting to do it yourself? If you're wanting to do it all yourself, there's actually a friend of mine who writes for Jalopnik who's doing that process right now, and she's documenting it on Jalopnik. So that's the only time I'd recommend going and reading something on Jalopnik. But they do have articles.
Sometimes they've got some pretty good. You know what? I really like the war one. What's that Jalopnik side?
Oh,
those guys are really, because it's all av stuff, and I mean I love all the aviation
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So that's really good.
I think they got rid of that. They got rid of all the good stuff. They got rid of
They did.
the motorcycle one too.
Okay.
Now
There
we
was
just have Bradley Brownwell.
one more super chat. Oka's side note: selling my Lexus 2006 IS250 all-wheel drive tomorrow for $6,700, 208,000 miles on it. Yeah, man, you're making like, what'd you pay for that car? Probably about 10, I would assume, if you bought it a little while ago. But obviously, it's a great car. I like the IS250 a lot. I love the way it drives. The market's nuts. You can't buy the car you want at this point. It's kind of impossible. Yeah, the Drives Warzone stuff. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Foxtrot Alpha. There you go. Foxtrot Alpha is hilarious. Just the name. That Corvette over there, the C6, is not mine, but we are going to talk about it very soon. What do you think about the 4.7 Ram? I think it's probably really reliable. Really reliable. But it's a second gen or something, right? I don't know. Third gen, meh. 99 Suburban, 300,000 miles. We have a 2001 Suburban, 300,000 miles. Suburbans with the V8, they just are amazing. They just don't break. I mean, you might put some transmissions in them, but awesome. You tried body armor for the first time. You like it? I like it. I drink a lot of body armor. It's like more fortified than Gatorade.
I thought we meant actual body armor. I was like, huh, that's weird.
No, the drink. It's a really good drink. On road trips, I usually keep a body armor with me too, to make sure I'm replacing all the electrolytes and everything. We're always driving with people.
Like a sports drink?
Yeah, it is. Other countries don't get it, but like we go out and drive 1,000 miles. That's like 2,000 kilometers or something, right? In a day. So it beats you to death. It beats your body up. Is that a new wheel well liner?
Yeah, here's something you never see anyone doing.
Yeah, why would anyone do that?
Because it's a new car. You want to keep it nice.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a weird texture.
Yeah, like the plastic ones look different. This is definitely like an aftermarket stamped part, huh?
Yeah, it's going to collect so much dirt.
Yeah. The stock ones that are in the car look like they're better.
Yeah, they're just smooth plastic. This is bizarre.
Who makes this? KSI Auto Parts. So, I mean, this will obviously work, but maybe buy an OEM one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I went on Rock Auto and I sorted by price lowest to highest. Actually, this was the only one available, so just bought it.
Jake things.
It'll work.
It'll work. Charles, huge thanks for your super chat. I want to clarify my question. I'm interested in buying a Ford Scorpio Cosworth or a Sierra Cosworth this way. First, amazing, right? Anything Cosworth did is automatically amazing. And I think that is cool enough that you should probably, you should go for it, obviously. But just decide how much you want to spend to get it done. And you can decide if you want to try to do the docs and get it through customs yourself, or pay somebody. Paying somebody is probably easier. It'll probably avoid the headache of your car getting like taken from you in port, which would be terrible because you're gonna have to pay for it, and you're gonna buy it in like Europe, obviously, and it might not have a title. Obviously, the title that it has is invalid in the USA, so it's tough importing cars. I've never done it, so maybe talk to somebody who's done it. That's my opinion. You don't want your car to get taken because that's a sick car. Matthew, huge thanks for your super chat. Just bought a 17 4Runner from a millionaire. Well, that's pretty cool. It's a limited, but I want to mod it. Thoughts? Well, I think the normal 4Runner mods everybody does. You start with like wheels, tires, trail grapplers on fuel wheels, right? That's like everyone's go-to. And then the 3 running lights in the grill if it doesn't have them, so you can make it look like a new one. And then more lights, Baja designs. You know, there's lots of mods. 4Runner, you go to a 4Runner forum. I'd say everyone pretty much builds the same truck at the end of the day. It's usually black, a little bit of lift, wheels, tires, lights. Yeah, over and over and over, every 4Runner I see. So if you want to do something different, maybe put an LS in it. Be cool. Otherwise, they're kind of all clones. It's just, the problem is the 4Runner's perfect. So what are you supposed to do? Like, it's so good. Jared, huge thanks for your super chat. Thanks for watching the channel. And in Hansen, talk me out of buying a 50,000 mile E328D wagon for a daily. I'm not going to talk you out of that. I love BMWs, and the diesel sounds cool in a wagon. It might be hard to sell. That's the only thing I can say. It might be hard to sell that car. Wagon market's very limited. It's very much enthusiasts that want the wagon for the hype, and then they sell the wagon because it was hype. I don't know. They're cool. I'm not a huge wagon guy. Are you going to LS Fest just this year? Like 100 times. I definitely plan on going to LS Fest. So I was even going to go to the West one, but like the timing didn't work out. The plane left a day before I did. I was going out with one of my friends and his plane, and he was like, I have to leave today because of the weather, and I couldn't leave that day. It's because we were working on the Corvette or something. Sorry, I wanted to be there. I really wanted to be there. Let's see. Have you ever heard of TBR? Absolutely. What do you think of the BMW F10? It should be a 7 Series, I think. I love it. I love BMWs. Do you think Gasser 2500 HDs are pointless? I am sad the second I see the wrong exhaust pipe on a 3/4 ton truck. I'm like, why did you waste your money? I don't think those trucks should exist at all. And I'm always really sad people even bought them. So if you're buying a truck bigger than a 1/2 ton, make sure it's a diesel. Were you going to build a scoot ski? Absolutely. And I almost moved the jet ski over here today, but we got to get the floors done, and I need to stop putting stuff over here for like 2 weeks, and then we'll be back on it. What happened to the Bronco? Bronco's coming back soon. It's Josh's Bronco. It was never mine, but it will be back on the channel soon. Zip line in the shop would be cool. You're right. I've always wanted to zip line. Like I've got red iron there and there, and I think we could put a zip line like all the way across the whole shop. And that sounds really fun. Zip lining around all day long. Would you put an apartment in the shop and sell the house? I can't technically do that, and I wasn't planning on doing it. Just because laws. I don't think you can live in an industrial building, technically. I recently bought 05 Cobalt supercharged, an SS supercharged, 80,000 miles on it. First, that's awesome. That's low miles, because most of the Cobalts have tons of miles. So congrats, Gumby. And any thoughts on issues it might have? They like to break accessory belts because it has that double-sided one. So, you know, be ready to have an accessory belt hanging around and change the supercharger oil and then just take care of it. I think it's a really solid car. I've had them go to 200,000 miles. So you'll be fine. The Cobalt SS rocks. Movies. Drive, Duel, Fast and Furious 1. First, Drive is one of like the worst movies ever made. I don't think any car guy actually likes it. It's just a guy driving around and it's just dead boring. Duel, I don't think I've seen it. Fast and Furious 1, love. So, Mary. I've watched Fast and Furious 1 probably 45 times. Will watch it again anytime. Do you know anyone in the Dallas-Fort Worth area who has an auto YouTube channel and fixes cars like you do? I don't. Huge thanks for your super chat, Emilio. I'm trying to think of somebody in Dallas that has a channel and works on cars. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard all arguments about Gasser 3/4 tons, Jared. Huge thanks for your super chat. I don't believe in the arguments. Why? The only argument anyone ever has for gas 3/4 ton trucks is that diesel availability is worse. But it's really not true because anytime you're towing with your big truck, you're on a highway and there's a truck stop every 30 miles. So you're good. That's my answer to that. You don't need the gas. There's another train coming. That train's a ways out, but it's coming. It'll be really loud in about 45 seconds. Vanishing Point from the 70s. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Hey, Eric, huge thanks for your super chat. Longtime VMware evangelist here and former car hot rodder. Really enjoy your channel. When is the loft going to be finished? Well, first, obviously, ESXi, greatest for hypervisor in the world. It's really the only one, right? I mean, let's be honest here. Nobody likes Hyper-V. You use Hyper-V because it's free. The loft is just kind of an ongoing project. We're getting a lot done, but the flooring is going to cost so much money. We'll get there as soon as we can. I'm just grinding away on it. It's going to take a little bit. Sorry about the train. Zen server is not a real hypervisor.
Proxmox exists.
Proxmox is not a real hypervisor. VirtualBox is the only.
It's real to me.
So I actually used to support a product that the product I worked on for hold on. We're almost there. Almost there. Oh, because there's a crossing right there, so they legally have to hit their horn 4 times. That's why the train keeps hitting its horn. Dean, huge thanks for your super chat. Thoughts on a 1.4 turbo 13 Dart? That's a pretty rough car to buy. It's probably okay because it's still the Fiat engine, but I mean you have multi-air problems, and the Dart is probably the worst of like the Fiat and Dodge versions of that car. So maybe buy the Fiat 500. Anyway, back to hypervisor. Since we're talking about that in here, the product I supported provided one-button disaster recovery for all of the hypervisors, and honestly, like all the other ones, like Zen and KVM, Red Hat's version, and all that fun stuff, we would like tell customers that they should just leave their hypervisor and go back to ESXi, because ESXi has real support, and I know Red Hat has real support too. If you're paying them crazy money, you're paying them all crazy money, but I mean ESXi's support's actually good, and it's just better. I know the others are free. That's the only reason all the other hypervisors exist is because they're free. Like you pay for support, but they're all free, except Zen. But honestly, Zen's use cases are small. Other than people that want that weird accessy, I forgot what the like thin client integration piece of it. I don't know. I'm not a Zen guy. I'm a VMware guy through and through. Matt, huge thanks for your super chat. CentOS 7. Yeah, everything can virtualize everything at this point, but ESXi is actually good at it. What's the price of gas in your area? I don't know. What is it? It's like 3 and change.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. Diesel was 301 when I passed earlier. I don't usually look, but I happened to look today, and I think gas was 298 for 87. So there you go. The Wraith is an amazing movie. People are in there talking about a lot of movies. I love The Wraith. I'd love to build a Wraith too. That would be cool, but we'll see. We will see. It's hard to find the platform that the Wraith is on. What are your synths and music gear? Guitars. I just have a bunch of guitars. I don't really have any synths. Let's see. What's your dad think of the Watch Stereo Complex? He's been here a few times. I don't know what he thinks about it. I mean, my parents are like, cool, glad you got a shop. Don't put stuff into my shop anymore. So that was pretty funny. But they definitely are here and storing stuff here too. Thoughts on cars and bids? You can sell your car on there. Take the 350Z to the Freedom Factory for the next drift event. I sold the 350Z. We talked about that earlier. It's very gone because I didn't like what the car was after it was like, I fixed the drivetrain and made the thing work. And there were just too many issues with like fasteners that were seized up in the suspension from it being stanced and beat up all over the place. So I'd rather start with a better one. So we'll probably do another 350Z or another 370 one of these days as a drift platform, or a Corvette or some, yeah, like the Corvette's a good drift car.
Is there a USB-C charger around here somewhere?
Negative.
Or micro USB or something for these?
So the truck might have one. Oh, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I've got a cable. If you just have like a charging brick.
It might be in the toolbox. There is a charging brick in this building. If you can find it, good luck. Oh, the GTR has my battery in it. I think under a seat or something. Yeah, look in the back of the GTR. It also has USB-C on it. Nobody really likes drifting. I'd say that's not true. I mean, Formula D is maybe the biggest automotive event in the world now. It's the fastest growing by far. So, and I love drifting. I love it. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Gibson or Fender? I'm a Fender guy, but the expensive Fenders. Getting a 98 Z3 19 Auto. What should I do with it? Drive it. I don't know what else you'll do with it. The Z3 is a really cool design. There's nothing crazy to do with it. Maybe find some wheels, but hopefully he found it. The Z3 is just a good car the way it is. Hopefully it's a manual. Hopefully. Have you seen the LZ complex? Only on YouTube. I have not been there, obviously, but we should definitely go over there. Let's see. I scroll back through some more comments here. Do you think there's a point in having a 1500 with a small V8 V6 or a massive V8? So here's the thing about big V8s. I think that they kind of chill a lot more than the small ones that have to be high revving to make power. So you can save a lot of fuel by running the big one at a light duty. So the smaller engines have to, you know, run way harder to perform the same thing that like a 5.7 would, like a 4.8 to a 5.7. So I kind of think you can do better from an efficiency standpoint by just kind of, okay, Fat Daddy Bebo has messaged me like 10,000 times in here and is still messaging me on Instagram like right now, and I don't know why. Like, I'll read it way after the live. So, stop. I've seen him in the chat like 1,000 times too. But yeah, efficiency is better with the bigger engines, I think, which is why the Corvette's amazing. Very simple. Are you a fan of Scar Audio? I am, actually. Their stuff's really good for the price. What do you think of Tesla and Doge? I don't know. Seems like it's a controversial opinion. I mean, I like Teslas, and I own some Doge. I don't think Doge is an answer to anything. It's just kind of a joke. So, you know that it's a joke. Let's see. Thinking about a Sidekick 4x4, how would that get on in Moab? Probably pretty good. Probably pretty good. I wouldn't want to be climbing a lot of the rock stuff we did this weekend, but you could do a lot. Would you ever try to beat the Cannonball record? I actually bought the Goldwing to beat the motorcycle record, and I found out just how hard it is after I went 1,000 miles in one day, and I was just beat. And of course, Cannonball is a little over 2,000. So while I'd love to go set the record, I don't know. That was the other reason I wanted to sell the Goldwing, because I was like bailing, but now I love the Goldwing, so I'm never selling it, probably. What are your thoughts of driving a Jeep Wrangler Sahara in Moab? It's probably great. I might be at SEMA. We'll see. Do you have a remedy for wiring harness degradation when replacements are no longer available? Sure. Start over on the wiring harness, because even if the wiring harness isn't available, you can always buy all the connectors. So you can pin your own connectors. It's not that hard to make your own connectors, right? You get the crimping tools, get the OEM connectors, and then pull the whole harness out, lay it out, and then just rebuild it. Like, cut all the tape off of it, and then lay out new wires to match everything and make your own harness. It should not be impossible. And if the harness isn't available anymore, you're probably at the point where it's worth building your own harness, because the car is very rare. So that's my thoughts on that. You should go to Cletus and Cars or Freedom 500. Sure, I've been to Cletus and Cars. We built the rolls for it, went there, and I've been to the Freedom Factory before it was open to the public long ago when we took the R8 down there. And I hang out with Garrett all the time. Like, we see each other quite a bit. So there you go. I'd love to do the Freedom 500 at one of these points. Garrett and I have talked about it. We'll see one of these days. Ever thought about swapping a Ford motor into the Chevy? No, it's a downgrade. Could you use a slingshot to beat the... I don't think you can. At first, it's not in the spirit of it. Like, the slingshot would clearly be cheating if you were trying to do the motorcycle record, because nobody really considers it a motorcycle, even if you have to have your motorcycle license to drive it in some states. It's clearly cheating, right? So, no. I wouldn't do that. This is an 81 Honda. How dare you? Such a good movie. Mike Daramet, huge thanks for your super chat. Now that you've been to Moab, it's time to get out to Glamis. You said you're down to be my tour guide, but do you have a sand car? If you have a sand car, I'm in, but I don't really have anything to go play in the sand. I'd love to come to Glamis, though. It's obviously the greatest. We have talked about selling the R8 in this chat already, and I probably will sell the R8 when it's finished. What's the best 4x4 SUV for less than $5,000? I don't know. An old Suburban? Old Tahoe? I mean, they're bulletproof. We were just talking about them. What happened to your Miata? I sold it. We talked about that earlier. When will we see the Ducati running and driving? It has never had any problems. It has all Motul fluids in it. That bike is great and is sitting on the trickle charger. You can hit start and ride it anytime you want. I just don't like to ride it. I used to ride it a lot. Old Cherokee. Good call, Tyler. The old like 90s Cherokee is obviously great. Yeah, great. Would you ever drive a Durango Hellcat? Sure. Sounds great. 67 Camaro. We're going to keep working on that soon whenever I go to California and pick up the body. I've never served in the military. Somebody keeps asking over and over. And PS4 or Xbox? I guess that's a good question for the ask anything you want. I have them both. Not a PS4, but I have all the Xboxes except for the Series X. I don't have the new one because you still can't buy it. And I will have all the old PlayStations because I always wanted to build a room with all the video game consoles. I never play any of them, but I love old tech. So that would be why I like the old school stuff. But if I'm going to play something, it'll be on the Xbox. PlayStation's just there to be there. Somebody said ask Jake to flex for us, but I mean, you're kind of picking up those wheels right now. That's a flex.
I'm going to regret this later.
Jake's just about done with his brake job. Just about done.
Only took me 3 hours.
What's the status on the Audi that was getting an engine swap? We're finishing it up one of these times. You'll see a video when it's done. Also, what's your favorite generation Camaro? I love the 4th gen. So you've got a 12. I mean, that's pretty great. 2SS, great car. If I was going to buy one, maybe an 03. But I do plan on buying all the Camaros eventually.
Firebird's better.
The what?
Firebird's better.
Oh, but the Pontiac was gone a long time ago. The Camaro will continue for a couple more years.
Yeah, but the F-body Firebird just looks so much better than the F-body Camaros.
I mean, I like it, but
They've aged better.
I like Camaros. What's your best suggestion to handle body rust? I have a 13-year-old car with only 100,000 miles. Very good shape except for a little bit of rust. I mean, you really kind of have to grind out the rust and repair it. I mean, that's it. You have to like fix it for real. You can try using Rust Stop, but you'll probably have to replace the panel or get the rust out of the thing. Do you guys have Google Fiber out there in Kansas? We do not. I really wish we did. Kansas City is as close as Google Fiber got, and they never ended up coming to Wichita. People at Google said they like hinted that they were coming here, and they never did. Are you a Jeep Wrangler fan? Absolutely. Love the Wrangler. I think it's really cool. What's your favorite Time Crisis arcade game? 4 by far. The WS6 is an amazing car, so that's a cool F-body for sure. What's your unicorn? The car you desire most that you have not been able to own? Bugatti Veyron. It's the ultimate in technology. Ooh, do you like the first gen Camaro? I love the first gen Camaro. I have one. It's on the channel. So you can go watch any of those videos whenever you want. If you have one superpower, what would it be? I don't know. Flight sounds cool. Will you bring the Google Fiber Bunny to your shop? I don't know. The Google Fiber Bunny is a staple of the house garage. You gonna do this or not?
I'm putting off on being loud until you're done.
Oh, I was like, grab the impact, man. Rip it. It should only take you like 15 seconds. Also, there's that new Icon torque wrench for you to use. All right. Yeah, Google Fiber stopped expanding completely. They just gave up. 150% shake. Very funny. Intel or AMD? I'm Team Blue all the way. Always Intel everything. All the new AMD stuff's great. Nothing against it, but I like Intel. Bring me the gold ratchet. We got the gold impact back there, basically. We don't have FiOS. We don't have Xfinity. We have no good internet options here in Kansas. It's just unfortunate. Starlink at the warehouse? I actually might do that because we have no good internet options here. I don't like the cable solution we're using. Will the R8 be sold as A car or a metal sculpture? Hopefully a car. Hopefully a car. Huge thanks for your super chat. That was Bruce. Done yet? You done yet? He's almost there. I sold the Porsche 944. I did sell that car. Best power tool brand? Milwaukee. Milwaukee by far. It's not even a debate. He's almost there. 3 left. Wichita does not have AT&T fiber. A couple neighborhoods in Wichita have AT&T fiber. And Jake. Yeah, Jake is one of the like 4 neighborhoods that got AT&T fiber.
I live in like a pretty poor neighborhood too. This guy gives me a 13/16 to do 17 mil bolts up with.
Hey man, I told you we didn't have the 17. It fit perfectly though, didn't it?
Too perfectly.
It was almost too tight. So hopefully one of these days we do have good internet here in Wichita. Coming down.
Where's the lock?
Oh yeah, right there.
What the heck?
Pull with all your might. It's hard. Those locks are serious. They're the 10,000 pound locks. They got big springs.
Big springs.
Big springs.
Where's the torque wrench at?
That's a great question, you ask. It's probably in the toolbox.
Okay. I could just go to 5 Duggas.
You could.
Do that.
If you use the Milwaukee on 2, it's probably 130 foot-pounds.
That's about perfect. I usually go to 90 on small cars.
Oh yeah. Oh, that works.
Because it needs to be undoable on the side of the road if necessary.
You know, I think if you can't undo 100 foot-pounds on the side of the road, you got problems.
Well, I'm not the one who drives this car.
Build a bunker? I don't know. I don't. Kind of what the shop is. It's bunkerified. When do you go back to PFI for the Atom engine? I don't know. Obviously, that's up to them. Like I said earlier, I'm not rushing them. It'll get done when it gets done, and we think that'll be in 2-3 weeks. You did have a Chevy Volt before. Would you buy a Tesla, and what model? I would buy a Model S or an X, but I would definitely buy a Tesla. Do you have HughesNet satellite internet? I do not. That's like the worst thing you could possibly have. I do have 1 gig down cable, but the upload is terrible. The upload's like 30 megasecond, which is why we need fiber. K-swap to Cube. No. Can you please fix a car worth more than $2,000? How many of them can I point at? Literally everything in here is worth $10,000. So I buy them cheap. Like I paid $5,000 for that Audi, and I'm gonna sell it for 10. I paid whatever that was, 1,300, 1,400, something, and that's gonna sell for like 6. And this Corvette I bought for 5. It'll sell for like 11. Yeah. They're all worth a lot of money. I actually stopped doing like super cheap stuff because the market doesn't exist anymore. You can't buy the stuff cheap. So that's why we moved on. John, huge thanks for the super chat. Do you still have the biggest YouTube workshop? No, Adam LZ's is legit. It is the good one. But mine will be incredibly nice when it's done. When we put the new walls and stuff up and the epoxy's done in a couple weeks, untouchable, I think. Adam's is fire. But we're getting there. We're building like the dream destination shop. That's what I'm trying to make here. All right, guys, we're going to jump off here. Huge thanks to everyone for watching. I will talk to you guys all later. And yeah, I'm going to go work on the Corvette for a while. So once again, thank you to everybody for your super chats. I'll talk to you guys soon.